Hi, this is Suzette Skidmore with Healing Solutions Incorporated, and just wanted to share some insights that we had in our group coaching call today. So the question was, how has the coronavirus impacted your life the last few weeks? 5 challenges and 5 opportunities that you've learned, and then how are you coping with that? So I'm going to kind of share it from what my perspective was. So how the coronavirus has impacted me is I've had to close my business down. It's definitely made finances a little more stressful. And one thing that surprised me is that my husband, he watched a lot of those post-apocalyptic movies. And so his mindset is kind of going to the protection side of things and what can we do to make sure, if things do get crazy, what are we doing to protect ourselves? And my mindset is more, it'll get better. We just need to take care of our immune systems. And so it's been interesting to see that dynamic between the two of us and helping to honor where he's at and helping to honor where I'm at. So all the things that he's asking to do aren't bad things to do, right? Because it's helping us be prepared and have an evacuation plan and those kinds of things that we don't have. So it's been an interesting perspective for me because it's just the exact opposite of how I think. So that's one of the things that makes us a good couple, but it was a totally foreign mindset for me. Obviously everybody's home more, so that's always interesting. I have, a little more concern for my parents because they're in that age bracket as maybe some of your parents are, that is at high risk. And then, not really being able to see friends. And so that's been impactful because I enjoy connecting with people. Some of the opportunities that it's given me is, when is the last time you've been able to turn the alarm clock off and not have to hear it? So that has been like the best thing ever. I can't remember a time like that. So, so I turned my alarm clock off. And so I gave myself a couple of days just to sleep as long as my body wanted to. And wow, well, waking up that refreshed, like I didn't even know what that was like. Usually it's like, okay, time for my cup of tea. So that has been a really, really great treat to just, sleep until I was ready to get up. And that has been a great treat. As one of the opportunities that it was presented. I'm getting a lot more walks in because my dog is enjoying that. I'm getting a little more time with my husband because he works the night shift. And so we have this short window during the day that we can connect. And usually I'm working, but during this time, I'm actually getting to connect some more with him, which has been great. The other thing is I've actually had time to read a book. Like, that's not something I've had a lot of time for. And it was like a pleasure book, right? It wasn't, business oriented or anything like that. It was basically just something fun to read and go into another time and space. So that was been a great opportunity. And then, like I said, more family time. Oh, and then I have been able to add a new habit to my life. So I am now jumping on my trampoline 10 minutes a day so that I'm getting some more exercise and dealing with all the stress in a different way. So those were some of the opportunities that the coronavirus has provided. And then how am I coping with it? So some interesting insights that came from this process is that we have our nephew staying with us, and he has more freedom, right? Because he doesn't have all the responsibilities that the rest of us do. And so I found that when I get aggravated at him because he's not doing anything, that's actually a key for me to know I need to go do something fun, whether it's go draw hearts on the driveway or, go watch a silly movie, take time to go read a book, something like that. It was interesting to catch that insight for me, is that really my agitation isn't so much at him as much as it was at myself for not taking some time to play. So that was a really good insight. I have learned that I wash my hands much differently now than I used to. So there was a great video on Facebook where a guy had white gloves and he took black ink and showed different ways to wash your hands. And what I learned about myself was, because I usually put the soap on my hands and then I put my hands immediately in the water, that the water makes me think my hands are getting clean, when in actuality, they may not be. So now I take time to put all the soap all over my hands and then put them in the water. So that was a neat new process that I'm doing for me to make sure my hands are getting even cleaner than they were before. And then another insight that I have noticed is I'm one of those people that always has a little extra. So, and we have a list on our refrigerator. So when something starts to run low, that we put it on the list so that there's always that there. So if the milk's starting to get low, they put milk on the list. So when I went to the grocery stores and saw all the things that weren't there, there wasn't a great sense of panic in me because we already were taking care of that. So we weren't in a spot where anything was low, we're running out of, because we had been doing that system in our house. So that was a great insight for me to realize how that was really helping us to stay prepared. I did find, though, however, when I was cleaning up my pantry, that I had more flavors of rice than I even knew. So guess what we're having for dinner? We're having rice. So, so those are some interesting insights that I got from the journaling experience for me, and just wanted to share those with you, and hope that we'll see you next Friday on our coaching call, and you can share the insights on our next question. So hope you guys have a great day and stay healthy.